Today we're going to talk about timeouts, on timeout, abort, and onAbort. So let's just start out with onAbort, on timeout, timeout, and we'll just set this to 3 seconds, and abort. We don't actually need to set anything for abort, so let's just set it like that. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna console log on timeout. And on abort, just so that we can see when these are getting called. All right. And then let's also, instead of a get, let's just do abort. Cool. All right. Okay, so let's see. So let's make this timeout even shorter. Let's just make it 10 milliseconds. That kind of guarantees that it's going to time out. All right, now notice that this is timed out. It is aborted. This request it's red because it's timed out. Usually we use this when we want to say, okay, we only want this request to try for, let's say, a minute. And when that minute happens, then let's abort and then let's give the user some kind of error. So we can also see this error if we do error. Let's just do console.log error. Cool. All right. So you can see here's our error. And we have this abort error, timeout error. And that the reason why it's an abort error is because when it times out, it aborts the request, and then we have this message that says timeout error. And that's useful to us because we now know that we have had a timeout error. And then you can display whatever message you want to display to the user. And you can also let's see. Okay, so that's how timeout works. And then you can see that on timeout and on abort were both called. And the reason why they're both called is because when this times out, it aborts the request, which triggers on abort and on timeout. So that's how those work. Now let's do something different here. So let's do https://http bin.org/delay/3, and then we'll comment this out. Okay, so now we're loading it and we're just going to abort this request. So you can see here that we aborted it, right? And you can see that onAbort is called, and but that's how you abort a request. The reason why we use this URL is because it delays the response by 3 seconds. And so that's how we were able to just click this button. Otherwise, it would have filled the request before that, and in which case we wouldn't have been able to demo this. So that's how you use the abort. You basically just have your abort function. You can also do request, and then you could do request.abort. That also works. So yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of timeout and onAbort, on timeout, and how you would use the abort function. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave comments below. All right, thanks.